Welcome back to the Building Phoenix Show. I'm Michael Hammett. Well, the Phoenix Public Market just keeps growing and growing. There's Food Truck Friday and a new cafe from Chef Aaron from St. Francis. Hope you're hungry.
Every Friday, a variety of food trucks roll onto the home turf of the Phoenix Public Market. But these are not your father's food trucks. You'll find everything from burgers and tacos to cold-pressed juices, but it's all with a twist. This mobile food caravan has foodies from around the valley rolling in to experience it all.
The Food Truck Fridays is a great event that is what we call an accessory use to the Phoenix Public Market. The city wanting these things to happen, which is a reflection of the residents and business owners and what they want to see downtown. And so this is how the city can work together with them to facilitate these types of developments.
The Public Market and Food Truck Fridays required a use permit from the Planning and Development Department, along with other permits for a few property improvements.
First, we work with the public to address their issues, and then we work with the private property owner, the business entity who wants to promote it on the physical infrastructure improvements, like putting down surface paving so that it drains properly. Any of the hookups for water, sewer, those kinds of things also then come into play. It's fantastic. This is what the downtown plan that was originally adopted by City Council in 2007, 2008 called for this type of thing to happen.
Across the parking lot from the food trucks is another recent addition to downtown's food oasis, the cafe at the Phoenix Public Market, created by Aaron Chamberlain, best known for his popular St. Francis on Camelback Road.
You know, 9 years ago, I actually looked into this building and I saw the bow truss ceiling, the raw red brick. In Phoenix, this is an old building, so I loved that there was history to it. And I actually worked with the landlord for 9 years to work on getting the possession of this building and opening something in here.
The 1940s building has been adapted for a variety of different uses over the decades.
Well, originally it was actually called Phoenix Linoleum, so they made linoleum tile, and then after that has been multiple different things. I know the parking lot adjacent to us used to be a big old church that burnt down in like the 60s.
The building was most recently the Public Market's urban grocery, and then Chef Aaron stepped in. He worked with Community Food Connections, the nonprofit that runs the Public Market, as well as the Downtown Phoenix Partnership and the City of Phoenix to bring his vision to life.
I think that the key with working with the city and what I found is you have to have a good team that understands the process. But if you have a great architect, you have a great design team, you have great people that are involved in it, the city process is easy. The goal was to give really common food, to focus on health-oriented, and focus on working with the farmers market, getting tons of great vegetables. We have tons of vegetable dishes on our menu where people can come and eat healthful and really eat here multiple times throughout the week.
The cafe offers walk-up service during breakfast and lunch, and full service at dinner, with specialties like prime rib and fried chicken.
We have a wonderful bakery here, a coffee shop. I really think our coffee is world-class.
Chef Aaron cut his culinary teeth at restaurants in San Francisco, Boston, and New York City, as well as La Grande Orange right here in Phoenix. And the move downtown seems like the next natural step.
I think that people are starting to see that more and more people are coming down here and being successful. That's the key. And once that happens, it will be the floodgates. Right now on Saturday with the farmers market, around the corner we have Matt's Big Breakfast. We have the breadfruit. When everybody's open, everyone's going. There's about 3,000 people down here, which is phenomenal. You know what I mean? It really makes you come down here and be proud to be a part of Phoenix.
The city's Planning and Development Department recently partnered with Maricopa County to create a one-stop shop for permits. Sina Mathis has more.
The City of Phoenix and Maricopa County recently launched a partnership to make it more convenient to pick up certain building permits. The mayor and city council members were on hand to announce this latest efficiency to continue making Phoenix the first choice for developers and business owners looking to expand or open new businesses.
Opening this service counter is an important step as we work to streamline the development permitting process. As part of each development process, customers are required to obtain city permits as well as permits from Maricopa County Environmental Services and Maricopa County Air Quality Departments for projects such as restaurants, special events, septic tanks, and dust control. At the conclusion of this event, the service counter will officially be opened and business will be able to efficiently pick up development permits from the city and county right here, in addition to getting information about any of those processes.
This recession has been horrible, and it's been the slowest recovery in history, and it's forced us to think differently about how we can be pro-business. And we have accepted that challenge. On a unanimous basis, we've done things like make adaptive reuse as simple as possible, even putting the fees associated with adaptive reuse into our general fund, so it actually has no expense for businesses that want to reuse old business. We have electronic plan review. We used to make developers or people wanting to do business in the city actually physically come down to the city. Now they can hit send on their computer and avoid the trip.
Now, Maricopa County Environmental Services and air quality permits can be picked up at the Maricopa County Service Counter at the city's Planning and Development Center on the second floor of Phoenix City Hall. The counter is open from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday.
Now that's a partnership where everybody wins. Now let's check out a unique school campus inspired by the United Nations and architect Frank Lloyd Wright. It's called Starlight Academy, and you are about to see why.
When Trish McCarty decided to create Starlight Academy, she started with a simple mission.
I just had a dream and wanted to save kids. You know, I think we throw too many kids away, and as long as there's one unhappy, uneducated kid on the planet, we're all at risk.
More than a decade later, her dream just keeps growing, along with the size of the Academy's Central Phoenix campus.
We were in that little bitty place for over 10 years, and we needed to move. We lost our lease over there and started to look around for another location, and really didn't have very much money, but we had a lot of drive and a lot of dream. And we found this 3/4 of a mile away with same kids in the neighborhood. We had some criteria. I wanted to be close, I wanted to be in the Discovery Triangle, and I wanted it to look like a college campus for K-12.
Transforming the mix of older buildings and houses and mixing them with new construction would offer a unique challenge for the philanthropist turned first-time developer.
One of my board members is Frank Lloyd Wright's protege, Vernon Swabach, and he's been on my board almost since the beginning. And he and I had this vision of creating a real creative community like Frank Lloyd Wright wanted.
Trish engaged a one-stop shop for putting it all together, and had their own architects and so forth, which I was all for because it was a way to achieve something with great economy. But then we had an opportunity to oversee that, and we made lots of changes to what the buildings would have been. And all of those were accepted and they were built, so in a very realistic sense for kind of the architects and spirit of everything that's here.
We had a lot of support from the visionary part of it, but when you finally get down to old bathrooms and old wiring, and it gets sticky.
That is when the Planning and Development Department came in, helping to bring to life this tapestry of old homes, new buildings, and entrepreneurial spirit, while ensuring it's safe for the students and teachers.
The biggest challenge was that it was so complicated and there were so many parts of the city, fire, all of the compliance that you have to face, and you've got so many buildings and they all have different parts, and just trying to get, everybody on the same wavelength.
The Planning and Development Department's Assistant Director, Cindy Stotler, even stepped in to ensure they met their deadline.
Well, Cindy called me direct, and she was so kind, not at all, blaming or doing any of that. She said, "What can we do to help you? And I'm going to come down and I'm going to look at this myself." And she was just so kind.
Trish describes the finished product as a mini United Nations campus.
We have 120 Somali kids that are refugees, and we work with the head of the Somali community and try to help give them what they need. And we embrace that. We like the interesting part. My dad said, you know, try to make friends with somebody who doesn't look like you, and your life is going to be a whole lot more interesting.
Her vision was for a one-room schoolhouse feel with a focus on the STEM educational model with a twist.
And then we have smart boards and televisions and all of that stuff. So we've always been interested in a technology platform, but I call it STEAM, not STEM, because the arts are what heals a heart.
And she relies on community support to supplement her limited budget, including a familiar face, Debbie Gaby, who donated new mattresses for visiting teachers from around the world.
America chooses wisely, and Starlight Academy is just an amazing facility because it's backed by Tricia McCarthy, who is an amazing woman. She's put her heart and soul into this organization.
The world needs visionaries, and this place is producing little visionaries. It's a United Nations of vision. It's very exciting to be part of this.
The first time I went to the United Nations and I saw the Phoenix tapestry behind the main podium, it choked me up because I think Phoenix is such an incredible place of heritage and possibility, and I really wanted this Starshine to be a Phoenix that Phoenix could be really, really proud of.
Well, that's all the time we have for this episode of the Building Phoenix Show. If you'd like to be the first to know what's developing in the city of Phoenix, just follow us on Twitter. I'm Michael Hammett. You stay safe, and we'll see you on the next Building Phoenix Show.